Hi guys, Eva here at Crunchy Fingers. Today we're going to be doing a photo shoot, testing a new camera, a new film, and all without leaving the apartment. I have been going back to analog photography while all this quarantine and isolation time. It has given me a lot of time to look inward, to analyze what things bring me joy and make me happy, and shooting analog, it's one of these things. I've been going back to use old cameras, but I've also been looking into what new cameras can I get and what new film stocks can I shoot. In the recent times, I have been working mostly with a Canon digital system, so I thought it would be real fun to get a Canon body, cheap Canon body that I can use with the Canon lenses that I own. So I got this Canon EOS 500 and I've decided to pair it up with my nifty-fifty, so it's a 50mm 1.8. And I wanna see what we can do with it here without leaving the apartment. This is probably my 13th or 14th home. I've been moving around quite a lot and I always like to, get some memories of the places I live. They all have meant something to me, so this is the time that I'm gonna do this with this apartment. I've decided to also not only try a new body, but also try a new film stock. I have the Kodak Professional Pro Image 100 with me. As it is a rather slow film, 100 normally used for outdoor sunny days, and we're gonna be using it indoors. I think having it together with this 1.8 Canon lens is gonna be quite good. So I expect that we're gonna be shooting pretty wide open most of the time here at home. And yeah, I think enough for me talking. Let's just move around the apartment and see what we can do with it. Hope you enjoy. To start, I thought that I might just do some general shots of parts of the apartment that I like. I'm gonna start with this shelf that I have here. It's the shelf that has most of my photography books. This camera actually allows for aperture priority or shutter priority, but I'm going to mostly use it manual because I like shooting manual. I'm gonna be walking through a bit what the readings are and why do I decide to shoot the way I shoot. When I'm measuring now this, it's giving me 1/60th of a second at 2.5 aperture. Less than 1/60th of a second I might not do handheld, it might get a little bit shaky. By the way, excuse me if the light just keeps changing, it's a little bit cloudy with very strong sun in between. 1/60th at 2.5 aperture, it tells me it's exactly well exposed. So I'm gonna go for that and see what we get. Downy. Another part of my apartment that I really like is my desk, and in particular this area here where I have all my painting supplies that you probably have seen in other videos, here, over there. So with the same 1/60th at 2.5, it's a little bit underexposed. So I'm going to bring my aperture down to 1.8. Yeah, let's go to the biggest we can go, so we'll get some nice depth of field. So we're gonna get half that other area. It tells me it's gonna be overexposed by half a stop. That should be fine with film, definitely. I think that's gonna make it probably creamy and a very nice light. So let's just capture this one and let's see what we get. Next one. One of the things that I've been doing during this quarantine, it's been getting some plants. I am going to also document the plants. I'm going to try to isolate them in the shot by using a wide aperture, 1.8. Let's see what it tells me. As it was before, 1.8, 1/60th of a second. With this sun, as you can see, it's quite bright. It's too much, so it tells me it's overexposed by more than 2 stops. So I am going to bring it down to 2/50th of a second. That should be fine. It's a little bit overexposed, but we like it. So here we have at home 2 more of the plants. A bamboo shoot over here, maybe it's a little bit overexposed, and we have a hanging plant over here, which I really like. So my idea is that I am going to get super close to this one because I really love the shape of the leaves. Ooh, now it's super dark. Wait, look at this. And then for this one, I'm thinking more of a shot from here, try to integrate it with the composition, with the pictures and frames that are behind. Let's see what we're getting now here for the reading, and getting close at 1.8. 1/60th of a second at 1.8, so I'm gonna go ahead with it. By the way, this camera has autofocus, which is quite nice because the viewfinder is really small, so I'm not sure if I will be able to get the focus right just with my eyes, so that's cool. Light is changing, so we should be quickly. Done. As you saw, the light is crazy, so it's kind of a challenge, which is good, I guess. Now we're gonna go try to do the bamboo shoot. Let's move. What I want to is to get it together with this from here, more or less, to just gather how beautiful the plant is, but just that is integrated within the home itself, so a little bit of the frame also. 1.8, 350th of a second, a little bit overexposed. I'm gonna go ahead with that. And at some final shots of the living room, I actually wanna really test this film by putting it into some contrasty situation. So as you see there, we have the window, which is pretty much super blown out highlights. And I want to see how much I can push this film. So the highlights are gonna be overexposed, of course, but not super out of range. And still I can get detail and nice colors on the couch, for example, here. This here is important to shoot manual because what I'm going to do, I'm going to read for the shadows, which will be this area over here of the couch and the cushions. That's what I'm gonna go with, even though when I recompose, the middle part of the photo is going to be the highlights, but I just going to disregard what it says. So if I read on the shadows, it tells me that a good exposure, it's 350th of a second. Now it's pretty sunny. When I recompose, of course, it tells me that it's more than 2 stops overexposed, but I'm gonna go ahead with it. So 2.8, 350th of a second. And I'm going to focus on that cushion, see how it looks like. I am also going to try to play a little bit with this shelf because it's so near to the highlights, but it's super dark inside there. I think it might be a nice play of shadows, highlight type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot it just basically half and half and see how it looks like. I am going to not expose completely for the shadows because then I know I'm not gonna get any details on the highlights. Yeah, 1/25th at 2.0 aperture. It says that it's a bit underexposed. So, and for the highlights, it tells me that it's overexposed by about 2 stops. So I am going to go ahead and shoot this and see. It's done. So I'm gonna take opportunity that there is a lot of sun coming in to also take some shots in the bedroom. There are several things that I really like. I have 2 mirrors, which I think I'm gonna take advantage of them to also include myself in the pictures. I really love the sheets that I have, the texture of the sheets and the pattern of the sheets. So I'm going to try to take a couple of photos of the bed itself. So for the shoot of basically the bed, I'm gonna shoot from here. I want, let's say, 3.5. It tells me 1/25th of a second. That's good. And I also, let me show you why I mean. So I have a lamp here that I really like as well. So I'm gonna try to get that together with the sheets that I really like in one shot. To get that shot of the lamp with the little Buddha, 0.0 aperture at 20 125th of a second. As I said, there is a mirror over here. We're gonna see what I can do with it and implement it in one shot. And we have another mirror over here, which I also want to take a picture with it. I really like it. We have a crazy monstera over here. It's growing like crazy, so maybe we can get a little bit of it in it as well. Now I'm gonna try to have some fun taking some self-portraits, of course. I'll take off this so it doesn't show on the pictures. I brought down the curtains because it was way too much light. It was gonna get all overexposed, so I'm going to see how it looks by having it halfway. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. This is all for today. I hope you enjoy coming with me to this home photo shoot. I enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed looking into how can I challenge this new film that I have not worked with before, and trying to see what are the parts of my apartment that mean most to me. And of course I had to deal with a little bit of a weird weather situation. Thumbs up if you like this video, comment below. How are you testing your new film? How are you representing your home? How are you been exploring your creativity and your analog photography while these corona times are happening? Please tell us, and see you back on the next video. Bye!